I kind of wanted to talk about some of the research. So I had mentioned prostaglandin and you touched on that, but during my master's and PhD, we did a little bit of research looking at aspirin because aspirin reduces prostaglandin metabolites. And we know that prostaglandin regresses the CL, and that early secretion may be one of the factors contributing to this embryonic loss that we see. And during the summer when dairy cows are experiencing this heat stress, maybe it's being triggered to release prostaglandin, kind of maybe nature's way of saying, I'm not ready to actually conceive yet. So I'm going to, make sure that doesn't happen. But when we did some research, we didn't see any effects during the summer when we did give. We did notice that aspirin was effective in reducing prostaglandin metabolites, but when we gave it during the time of maternal recognition during heat stress, we didn't see a significant difference.
See, the thing is that, Jennifer, you're absolutely right. We have one underlying assumption, is that one biggest factor, contributing factor, is prostaglandin. Is one of the pieces of the puzzle. To me, if we believe that part of the embryonic loss happens because the problem happened in the first 8 days, that embryo is bad to begin with. So whether you stop prostaglandin or not, it doesn't matter. Not to mention, maybe we should not. Maybe that embryo should die and go, and we don't want that type of thing because it may have later problem. So those type of research, like the use of NSAIDs as a way of delaying the premature secretion of prostaglandin, is based on the assumption that, again, prostaglandin premature secretion is a limiting factor. It's not. Therefore, again, if it is applicable, there are some studies that have shown aspirin may work, or other NSAID. It may happen only in a certain circumstances, like a heat stress situation. So, even Barry showed that, when he was in Kansas, showed that Radford, that, again, use of this NSAID as a whole thing, as a kind of one fits all, is a mistake. In fact, it may have some detrimental effect. So we have to be very careful using that NSAID in that type of situation. Only maybe in a situation that we have a heat stress. The second thing is that one thing what we know, NSAID works in one situation, and then several studies have shown that, including in bovine and in beef cows and dairy cows, and then use of prostaglandin at the time of embryo transfer. If you go to that drug, use embryo transfer during heat summer stress to prevent potential losses due to the first 8 days, meaning we put the day 7 embryo, when they are blastocyst stage. That has shown that you may improve pregnancy rate vis-a-vis reducing embryonic loss. If you use that tool in the summertime to improve our potential problem with embryonic loss, maybe another tool there to even take a better advantage of our ET. Since we are going there, we spend the money, we buy the embryo, we bring the technician to the ET, apply NSAID at the time of embryo transfer. That is one of the most consistent. In fact, Jennifer, the paper that you published as a review, that is another tool for embryo transfer situation. Should we decide to go do ET during summertime, that works. Is more consistent result of using NSAID as a tool at ET situation, not as a normal approach.
Yeah, and a lot of researchers have said there's different maybe things beyond just the prostaglandin. Maybe it's helping with inflammation or anything, disruption of the uterus, and it's helping kind of create an environment where that day 7 embryo can kind of further develop and attach to the uterus.
And the only limitation we know, at least what we have a basically flunexin is a puron, flunexin that it can be injected and so forth. The only limitation is the milk withdrawal. We have that problem that, I don't know, maybe later on we can address that issue. But physiologically, it works, use of NSAID in that situation.
All very interesting.
Yeah.